It's a privilege to speak with you again. I hope we're fighting hard because a real battle is going on, and I hope you are not one of those who are not aware or conscious of this battle. Don't live your life for yourself. If you're living for yourself, you're already losing. It doesn't matter if you have how much of earthly possessions you've gathered. It doesn't matter how much you succeed, how many PhDs, how many master's degrees you have, whatever qualifications you have in the systems of this world. If you're not conscious of what is really going on, then you are seriously at disadvantage. I know many people don't know that the education systems, the financial systems, the family models that we are having, the civilization ideologies are all ideologies to cage people in a particular way, in a particular thinking pattern. So it's important. What do you see? Yeah. Because you see, the way our world is being shaped is based on the law of seeing and believing. It sounds religious, but it doesn't matter whether you're religious or not. I'm not talking about seeing in the physical. I'm talking about seeing in the eyes of your heart, seeing in your imagination. How do we communicate? Words trigger imaginations. So whenever you hear a person speaking and you can't make any imagination out of what the person is saying, you discover that there is no communication. So if you hear maybe a man who doesn't understand Spanish hears a person communicating in Spanish, you find out that the person gets lost. He has no idea what's going on. Why? Because he does not have the code that triggers the imagination. So, and whenever you have a language that maybe you grab a few words, you discover that the imaginations begin to happen. So in essence, the sounds that are projected are triggering imaginations. So the battle that's going on is a battle of the mind. That's why Paul taught us about overcoming thoughts and every form of imagination that seek to exalt themselves above the knowledge of God. So your knowledge of God is actually a consciousness. There's an illumination that triggers a level of the knowledge of God. Until your desire for God gets to another level, there are certain levels of God you will never experience. So our war is a war of imagination. So even the enemy, whatever he does, he triggers sets of activities that trigger imaginations. Through the movies, through the songs, through the media. All these are mind control. How do they control you? Through your imagination. They trigger imaginations. So these imaginations have a tendency to keep you in a box unless there is illumination from God's word. So there's war going on and a lot of people are sleeping, and it's because the illumination from God's word has not hit you yet. You don't know where we are in prophecy and you're not responding. So everything, the law is that whatever you see triggers a response, whether you know it or not. You're responding whether consciously or unconsciously, and your response is a spiritual transaction. Your mind is a tuning frequency. It can connect you to higher dimensions and it can bring you to lower dimensions. A lot of people have had visions and revelations over the years, over time, of the troubles that have befallen our world, yet they did nothing. They didn't know how to respond. But in the times that where God has showed us mercy, given us a level of light, and we're willing to shift the horizon to the favor of the church, we're willing to contend for righteousness until righteousness is established, and the brightness the brightness of the glory of the Lord's kingdom is as bright as the noonday, until the mountain of the Lord's house is exalted above every other mountain, and that the nations flow unto it. The Lord bless you as you begin to make a conscious decision to walk circumspectly. Thank you so much. I remain Prophet Cas BJ. God bless you.